What's up everyone, welcome to episode 11, Kings of the North. Let's do something a little bit different in this one. Hasn't been great, but it hasn't been bad. Let's have a look at these. So, if you look at these fixtures that we've had, we've won 3, we've lost 3. We've drew 2, we've won 2, we've lost 2. That sums up our season. So inconsistent, annoyingly so, but we haven't been smashed by anyone. The losses are invariably 1-2, 0-1. I think our biggest defeat is 3-1. What does that tell you? If you're getting results like that, it means there's not a lot wrong. You're getting there, you're nearly there, but there's a couple of things missing. What was it then? Why didn't we get over that hurdle and attack the playoffs? We got as high as 6th at one point, but dropped off fairly quickly. Now, if I look at my squad, I was ridiculously excited at pre-season with the signings we made. However, I'd say only 3 were a success. Happy Mofo has had a great season. Remember, he's only 19. He's already getting chased by the Premier League clubs. The other success was Jack Evans in that holding midfield role. Quality, he's got a pass completion percentage of 90%. Superb. Semi-success was Bella. He's going to be the alternative to Odomosu on the other side. Remember, we're going to roam from position. He scored 7, but he's very, very inconsistent. All this basically meant we were over-reliant on a couple of players, Bizet and Odomosu, like we have been for the past 3 seasons. So, we need to solve that, and we need to solve it quick. We can't be reliant on 2 players. You can't have 2 players in a team and aim for the playoffs. 2 players that are outstanding to keep you in a league, sound, no problem. In the lower leagues, 2 players can get you up. But when you try to jump from the Championship to the Premier League, you need a lot more. I need to sort that out. What to do. We start planning for next year now. And what I need is players of the standard of Odomosu, Bizet and Evans. Now, it's not going to be easy because when you have a team of the stature that Penrith are, a tiny Van North team, the budget is never going to be there because we don't have the gate receipts, etc. So I've got a big decision to make, and it all revolves around one of our key men for the last 3 seasons, and it's Odomosu. Now, if you look at Odomosu, top man, he's been the top man for 3 seasons, along with Bizet, goals and assists, and when you watch him in game, he runs all over the place and he skins defences alive. He's like a cross between David Ginola and Andrei Kanchelskis, if you can remember them 2 legends. So, the decision is, he's getting chased heavily by 4 teams now: Dijon, Alves, Levante and Sporting Gijón. I won't be able to keep him because he's got a release clause in his contract, and I think it's only 2.6 mil. So, do I initiate the sale of this lad and use the money to put back into the team and get 4 or 5 players that will be on the level that will get us to the playoffs? This is a decision I cannot make. I do not know what to do. It's a big one. I feel like I should keep him, but if I keep him, I will just have another season where we're just not quite there. So I think I might have to cash in. I titled this episode, When Should You Experiment? And now I feel like I'm at the perfect time to experiment. I ain't going down, I ain't going up. I'm just kind of lingering with a handful of games left, so why not have a little look for an alternative tactic that you can perhaps use the next season. So when you're safe and there's nothing to play for either way, this is the time to try it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the asymmetric tactic. Now, people use it, not many people use it, a lot of people hate it. So what is it? Basically, a tactic that doesn't look pretty. So if you look at tactic 3, all in line, parallel, symmetric. On the flip side, an asymmetric tactic is where players are like dotted around here and there. If you look, my man command's in the middle, but my playmaker is slightly to the left. My attacking midfielder is slightly to the right. My left wing is high up. My right wing is a bit further back. To put this into teams that may have used something like this, I think of 90s Man United. So if you had 90s Man United, you'd have Beckham in this role here as a wide mid, okay? You'd have Giggs over here as a winger further up. Beckham wasn't further up, he was a bit lower. You would have Cantona / Sheringham there behind Cole, won't be a target man, but an out-and-out striker. But Sheringham floats all over the place. Now, in centre mid, they would always have a slightly more defensive midfielder and a slightly more aggressive one. So United are good in the 90s, are a good guide on what the asymmetric tactic can look like. They were 4-4-2, everyone agrees on that, but they weren't. They were asymmetric. Alright, we just smashed through a few games there using that tactic. Pretty uneventful, to be honest. 4 games, 3 draws and a win. But we're not creating enough, so it might be an option next season for a tough away games. But the theory's there though. Any tactical work if it makes sense. That one makes sense with the positions and what have you. Although it may be a bit defensive, but in general, asymmetric tactics will work. It just depends how you play them. So yeah, we're going to finish this season now. Smash through it and concentrate really hard on a really good pre-season. The decision is, do I keep Odomosu? Or do I cash in and bring in more players with money? It's a tough call. I'll let you know next time what happens.